All right, back here in the warehouse again this morning. I want to do a quick video on penetrating oils. So penetrating oils work differently than the majority of stains on the market today. And this is what they used to use years ago. The old timers used to just drain oil out of their cars and smear it on the log cabins. And it worked the same way. You know, now a little different chemistry, obviously more consistent coloring, but penetrating oils physically fill up the pores of the wood with oil, with paraffin. So when the water hits it, rain hits it, it has no place to go. It beads up and runs off. Some of the common products that we utilize are WoodGuard and Q8 log oil by CTA Products. Good products. Every type of stain has advantages and disadvantages. You know, the big benefit to the penetrating oils, they're a one coat system. You put a flood coat on. You put it on until it's running and then you brush it in. So, you know, one coat, a lot less labor, cheaper. The downside really is that, you know, every time you get a little bit of rain, a little bit of that product physically washes off your cabin. So if you've got a leaky gutter or something like that, you can see almost a waterfall effect. You know, different sides of your house may wear differently. Not only seeing different amounts of sun exposure, but rain. You know, gable ends that don't have as big of overhangs a lot of the times, you know, it can just look different because physically there's a different amount of product in those logs. But super easy to touch up. I mean, this is a product that homeowners can apply. You can go out there, slap another coat on, it will soak in and kind of wick through the wood and fill in, and you get more of that product in there. So easy, cheap to maintain and utilize, but you know, typically you need to do it more often. And you really need to do almost the whole house every time. You know, if you just keep doing one end of the cabin, you know, it can have aesthetic differences there as well. But one thing a lot of people aren't aware of is you can get these products in a clear. So a lot of our historic homes, historic restorations that we're doing where we show up and hey, it's gray, it's aged, it's 100+ years old, and I want it to look just like it does now, but I want it protected, right? You know, we can special order these products in a clear with no pigment, and we can put those on. Now that, you know, it does look darker for a little bit until it soaks in, but you know, there's no sheen. It keeps that rustic satin look. And then when water hits it, it beads up and runs off versus soaking into those old logs. So great, great category of stain, has significant advantages in certain scenarios. So, you know, make sure you're matching up your specific product and cabin and environment and your expectations or desires, what it's going to look like when it's done. You know, it's really why we can't say this type of stain is the best, right? It really depends on your specific scenario, what you want it to function like, act like. Great product in a lot of scenarios.